All right, quick morning session on clear. Water's at 3:30, something like that, and a little off color. But it's starting to get into runoff season, so not shocked by that. We're gonna fish streamers and big stuff, worms, pats, leeches, things that are moving through the water. Try to get some action. Steven's got a nice stick fish. Good going off the rip, but we'll see what we can do. Should be fun. Just a quick morning session. Got to be some places at noon. See. Shoot! Keep missing those ones. I mean, those are tough. Those are kind of just sort of soft drifting this Sculpzilla through. They're not hitting that super hard, but man, that was another chance. Haven't really capitalized on any of them. That's the third or fourth one I've had kind of pick it up. Hey, we're moving fish. Keep trying. Fishing is not the easiest in these conditions, but kind of a chance to work on some different techniques. Don't fish streamer a lot in smaller streams, and kind of gives you a chance to do that, fishing the soft water. Thought about maybe tight lining a leech and a worm, but Steven's kind of doing something like that. He's got, I think, leech worm on. He's kind of running some weight. I think he has an indicator, but a lot of the time he's actually kind of walking it back. So kind of throwing it in and then just kind of twitching it back once it kind of gets to the point. Almost kind of the same kind of thing I'm doing, except he's getting a dead drift with a leech and a worm. But it's this off color, kind of just trying to create some movement, find some ways to get the attention of the fish. There were some little bugs coming off, but with this much color and flow, you know, I doubt they're really seeing those if I was drifting small bugs. But we're getting some action. We're moving some fish. Hopefully you'll find a chance to put one in the net here. Definitely gotten some eats. So keep trying. That was cool, man. Just a random guy in a car wishing me some good luck. We'll take all the luck we can get right now. In these conditions, clear could still be fun at these levels. I fished it 500, I fished it at 900. It's still fun to get out. You just have to fish it different. Definitely worth a shot. I mean, check your flows. If you can go somewhere that's more regulated, like right now, Colorado's surprisingly not crazy high right now. I think Pump House is at like 600. The blue in certain spots I think is not too crazy. There's definitely some water that's fishable right now that hasn't started to get hit by runoff yet. But if you don't have a lot of time, the fish are still eating. Just gotta catch them different. Kind of gives you a chance, like I said in a different one, if I didn't play that clip earlier, give a chance to try some different techniques, some different things, try to catch fish in different water levels. Kind of just add it to your quiver of tricks. Gives you more options if fishing slow some days. Can't hurt to try something different. I mean, this is pretty typical streamer season for me on clear. Sometimes I'll bring the 9 weight out, which definitely had some comments on that saying a 9 weight for Clear Creek is laughable, and it is, but then you could throw like a big heavy streamer with intermediate line and try to get the streamers down. Not that you really need to right now. All the fish I've picked up, I've been willing, oh, there he is. Oh, all the fish have been willing to come off of like a rock on a corner and try to grab the streamer. That one chased it to here, and I think I might have pre-jacked that one. Maybe should have waited a little longer, maybe let it sit, kind of retreat that one back into his face. He chased that off the rock. But that's the eats I've been getting. Haven't put one in the net yet, but we're moving fish, and that's half the battle when the conditions are like this. So we'll see. Hopefully we can pull one in the net. If not, it's still been fun. It's perfect out. Like, this spring has been pretty interesting for weather. We've had a lot of like afternoon storms, different things, a lot of rain in the last little bit. Still seeing some snow in some of the high country, which is good because some of those river basins I think are going to be a little low this year. Hopefully we keep getting some late snow. But we'll see. Gonna keep having fun. Can't beat just getting up the river for a few hours in the morning on a weekend. Not too crowded when it's like this too. Keeps the crowds down when the river's ripping and off color. Steven's kind of doing the same thing I was talking about. See, we'll watch him for a second. Kind of just flip it into the current, feed some line down current, let that get to where it's below you, and then he's kind of just stripping to where he gets to there, and then when he starts to get to his end of his line, just like twitching it once he gets toward the end of his fly line. That way you don't reel your fly line in past your guide. It's supposed to let you fish that last like 2 or 3 feet of water. Kind of how we're attacking. I'm not probably going to go up some decent little sidewater here. I'm probably going to walk up to maybe that dead tree, and then we're going to just work all these little side soft edges. Anywhere where there's a little bit of slower water, back to this bigger pool back here, and just throw a few into each. You know, if you're nymphing, you might throw, depends on who you are, you might throw 10 casts in a hole. When I'm throwing streamer around, I usually throw a few less. Sometimes I'll trail a streamer, like a worm or something behind it. Right now, just got the streamer on, just a Sculpzilla, olive Sculpzilla. Not nothing too crazy. Like I said, it's a little heavy probably for this rod at times, but since we're not really throwing big long casts and having to wait, this rod actually does okay. This Helios is pretty, it can hook some flies. It's a rod I've had a lot of fun with in lakes and throwing some bigger nymph rigs and setups. It hooks them. But got that one at a charity auction. I try to really only buy fly rods now at charity auctions just to keep the number of rods down, and you can sometimes get a good deal, and on top of that you're usually donating to something either you care about or cool fishing organization. So I'm gonna keep fishing. Haven't put one in the net yet, but moving fish. Probably had five or six strikes, and just gonna keep trying. So let's see what happens. Hey! Yeah, buddy! Steven put one in the net. Like I said, we've been getting all kinds of strikes. Just quick strikes, tough with the streamer. Steven finally's got one in hand. Skunk's off, baby! Yeah, yeah! Oh, it's awesome. There he is. Oh, that's it's the smallest fish, but it's the anti-skunk. Oh, nice. Little slow, shallow ripple section. Oh, I've never been so excited to see an 8-inch brown trout. Nice. On the board, baby. It's amazing how perspective changes on days when it's easy. How sometimes at the end of the, oh, I had another one. How the end of the day, you don't, when you're catching so many fish, sometimes those fish don't feel, kind of, I don't want to say you get bored, but you kind of just get saturated. Today is a grind, and that 8-inch fish feels amazing. It's kind of like that excitement I had for Steven's fish. I mean, it's as good as sometimes catching a big one after catching a fish on a grindy day. So, hey, we'll take that. On the board, found one. We've been getting chances. It's just, they're there's a lot of water. So we're having fun. Can't beat it. It's been a couple hours. Weather's perfect. Like, if you haven't gotten out this spring and gotten a chance to enjoy it, the weather right now is amazing. Stuff's green because it's still spring, and it's just been a good morning, regardless of the fish quantity. They are turning up a little bit lately. The last hour or so, we've gotten a lot more looks. Sweet, dude. All right, this is my last battery. So I'm gonna keep fishing, but I'm probably gonna shoot this right now. We caught some. Found a way to put some fish in the net, moved a lot of fish. Lots of strikes, lots of quick strikes, some soft strikes. Not full commit on the streamer, but watched Steven catch one with a dry dropper underneath a chubby. We did start to get some clarity back toward the end of this morning, where a little clearer than it was when we started. So that may be helping too in the bite, while we're starting to see a little more activity right now, as we are getting a little river water clarity back. So gonna fish. I got about another hour of time I can fish. I'm gonna keep fishing, but can't beat it. Another nice morning up Clear Creek. Gorgeous day. Starting to get toward runoff season. It's coming. I mean, it's definitely hit some rivers. I think the Ark's already up a good amount, but there's still some places out there, regulated water in areas where they haven't started letting water out. So get out and go fishing. Fish on days when it's hard. Sometimes you get a lot more river yourself. You can cover a lot of water. But you can learn some new things, try some different methods. But thanks again for watching, guys. See you on the next one.